What's going on? It's your boy Trey. Welcome to When Can I Talk? You see the title. Let's get into it. So, as y'all just saw in the previous story, where the pastor got caught and he was running an MLM and it all came crashing to the ground. Everything is frozen up. But let's get to Paige. So, this moment, I told you guys back in the first story. At the moment that it all started was when I snitched. This moment here is exactly the one I'm going to say that the church protected this girl. They protected her from anything when we all knew who she really was. But when this happened, the fall started. It's leaning. This is where it goes. And right before it goes, pow! That'll be the next story. That'll be the final part. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Alright, sometimes my shirt's messed up because I'll be switching in and out of shirts. Alright, so we just left off with that. So Paige, Paige, at this point in the story, it's kind of in and out, but she is pretending to be this woman who's living for God and all these other stuff that's going on. I'm not saying we were all living perfect lives, that's fine. But it's my issue with it is that the church was protecting her for no reason, because they truly believe just because she was some sad girl who did all this stuff that she couldn't be just as corrupt as anyone else. So this is coming off also the basis that they kicked me out for drinking. They kicked me out for drinking. But not her. So we continue on in life, and I got a buddy. We're gonna call him. He was a cool dude, so I'm not gonna give him a bad name. We're gonna call him. Golly, we're just gonna call him my boy. So that's gonna be the easiest. So my boy, he's a cool dude. He's a real cool dude, but a little got self-esteem issues like me. Except for it stems from him being a small, skinny guy. And, he's always trying to get that, he's trying to hit that girl from the back. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So, this is crazy, man. It is just crazy to even think about it again. So my boy, he's always trying to get some of that. So he's trying to get it from this girl, what's her name, man? We're gonna call her. Her name's really not that important. We'll call her Maria, okay? Because she was Hispanic. Maria, she never had a crush or a liking to my boy. She never really liked him at all. She just kind of dragged him along because he would spend money on her. Not crazy. I was saying that she was doing all that, but she get a free meal out of my boy every now and then. Maybe some free cake, maybe some boots, and well, that's how it was. But my boy was trying so hard to get that stuff, man, that he would go to the greatest lengths to get it from any girl. And the funny thing is, it's not that he was unlikable. Here's what effed him over. And this is really a story for another day. It didn't end well for me and him. But he was dating this girl, and he was 18 at the time. Yeah. He was 18 and she was 13, turning 14. And so there was a big issue with that. And we couldn't stop it, even as, all we could do is say that it was completely wrong, but he still dated her behind our back. They still did things together. So, it's one of those situations where you talk to the parents, you tell the parents, what else can you do? Either you can report it or you can't. That's just the choices you have. And so, it was weird because I think, I don't want to say she was 13, 14. I think she was 14, turning 15, somewhere in that area. It was just enough for her to be like in that Romeo and Juliet part where you get that 3 years apart. So I think he was 18 and she was 15, or 14, turning 15. And then she turned 15 while she was with him. And that's where it got muddy. The parents accepted it. Fine. I don't really care that much. The point was it got him in the hot water with the church. So much so that the church would not even let him in the building at this point. Okay, so it's me and him. I'm banned from going to any activity, so I just start going to another church so I can do other things for the most part. I show up every now and then Sundays, but for the most part, I'm hanging out at another church because I'm just like, well, I mean, they won't even let me around people. So what am I going to do? And my boy, they banned him because he was dating that girl. So my boy eventually breaks up with this girl. That girl actually got married not too long ago. And he got married a while back. He got married like 6 years ago. 6 years, yeah, something like that. But he got married to another girl. But nonetheless, he wanted that stuff so bad. So after he broke up with her, he would go on the search, right? And Maria wasn't giving him none, so he's on the search, just looking around, just trying to find what he can. He can't find a thing. And the problem with him was that he was such a hothead, boy. He was a hot head, so hard to deal with. Great friend. It's just hotheads. You know how they get. It's like you feel like you can't say nothing. Me, I don't give no F's. I'll say what I want. I don't care if he blows up or not. Fuck him. I'm not trying to make him upset, but if you're gonna be a hothead and just blow up because you want to blow up and use that as an excuse, oh no, I'm not the one. See, I don't even count the two. You won't get that reference. So he was a hothead, so it was hard for him to get a girl because he was so immature and his head was hot. Right? I could get a girl. I could even get a girl, and I was a fat, black, pear-shaped of a man. And I could pull at least 2 or 3. I could at least pull 2 or 3. Had a couple fall in love with your boy. So I looked way worse than him. So I know he could do better. It's just that head, his hot head, man. It just made it impossible for girls to want to date him. It wasn't because he wasn't attractive. It was just because his boy, he blew up. Okay, shut up. Damn, how many times you gonna tell us he's the man? Fuck. Okay, so so we're continuing on, and one day I'm chilling with my boy, and we're having a good old talk, and he's telling me he got something cool. Excellent. At this time in life, well, okay, I would say at this time in life, I wouldn't have said kudos. I would have just been like, okay. It's not something we were proud of. Still not even today. Y'all know how I feel about that. Sleeping around just wasn't our thing. So it wasn't like, yes. It was just kind of like, all right, cool. Cool. I don't care who you slept with. I'm not proud of nothing. But at the same time, we're not living straight and narrow. So we're just like, okay, cool. So I'm like, so, who was it? Who was it? Paying attention. I said, who was it? Hello? Oh, what are you looking over there for? I'm right here, buddy. Can you tell me, who did you do it with? Who was the girl? Who was the one you gave it up for? You've been trying to get it for months. Who was it? Paige. Who? Paige. Remember, at this point, me and him are pretty much gone from the church. Gone. Finito, gone. Bye. At what point did you see Paige? Because you can't even walk into the church. Literally, man could not walk into the church. They escort him back out. How did you see Paige? You ain't never talked about Paige. You and Paige don't have a thing. Oh my God. I forgot about this part of the story. We're going to include it now because this is going to be very important. This also led to the fall. But this other story is going to have to be like pieced out a little bit so I can make it into a bigger story because it's a way bigger story than this. But just know this. The reason I'm so confused about Paige and how he saw Paige, because just a little bit before him and the little girl broke up, before him and the little girl broke up, Paige was dating another friend of mine who I hung up with a lot, who I defended, by the way, she was dating him, and they broke up because they wouldn't do it, first of all, and two, he was gay. Now, if you hadn't met him, you would have thought it. Now I'm not saying I was judging the man, but once I tell the story behind him, you will have almost no doubts of, okay, that sounds like somebody who is gay. It was somebody who, oh my God, that story is wild. That's going to be the story we tell before part 5. That is a wild ass story. You guys are going to get that here in a couple days. If you're seeing this video right now, you'll be seeing that video in a little bit. Probably 2 days after this one. Nonetheless. So, she was dating him and he ended up being gay. So they broke up, obviously. He came out the closet, gay, never saw him again. So in that area and all that happening, at what point did my boy ever talk to Paige? Why would you talk to Paige? Me and him had established fuck Paige. Like that was a thing. Like we didn't fuck with Paige no more. I didn't talk to Paige. I said, fuck that girl. He was the same way. Fuck that girl. We were tight. We were boys. You know what he did instead? He fucked Paige. Little did I know, Paige was fucking other guys. Cool, that's fine. But how the heck did I get kicked out of church for drinking and she's out here partying? She was at this time partying and getting drunk and doing drugs. Not like hardcore drugs. Not like that. You know, drugs that normal kids do. Well, not kids, but college kids. She's doing that shit. Because I'm finding all this out while I'm finding out about this. She's doing all this shit. She's getting drunk. She's going to parties. And she's fucking guys, but y'all want to kick me out. And I can't say nothing now. I got no credibility. And I'm gone. I'm gone from the church for the most part. So I'm just like, you know what, man? Okay. Okay, you know what? At this point, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. At this point, I was like, you know what? Man, fuck that church, bro. Fuck this church, bro. Y'all guys are so caught up in all the money. Okay? Because this church was wealthy people. Fucking frauds. But these are wealthy people because we got $1 million pastor and all this money really coming in. We ain't got nothing coming in. Don't even front. We're broke. And so they're fronting, wearing all these 3-piece suits and all this shit like they got money. And so when a man like me drinks a little bit, I intrude on them. I'm too much of a problem. We can't have somebody drinking. My God, we can have the worship. Oh, Lord. We can do all this, but yes, no. The woman who leads our kids now is fucking other guys, getting drunk and doing drugs. But you young man, you drink, you go. Cool. Good luck. Good luck. And I'm thinking what I thought would happen. This place will fall to the ground. This church is done. Fuck them. So they backed this girl who was doing all this stuff. I found out. I confronted her. She yelled at me, cussed at me, and said, "You're a fucking liar. You're fake as..." I didn't say you're fake as fuck. I just said, "You've been lying and fronting and faking." It's cool, though. It's cool. I fucked up, too, in life. But at this particular moment, you're fucked up. Because you've been lying all this time. Getting on all of us for the life we're living. Oh, Trey, he's such a bad guy. Trey, he's this. Trey, he's that. Bitch, shut up. You gonna talk crazy on my name and talk about how dirty I am and all this shit just because I like you and I said a couple things that you needed to hear because you're a lying bitch? You're a lying bitch. And the reason I call you a lying bitch is because you're doing this all behind our backs. You lied. You fucking made me look stupid because you called me a liar when I heard it from the source's mouth. Okay? I'm sure you had your mouth on certain places. And you're drinking. And you're doing drugs. But I'm the bad guy because remember, At this point, by the time I got kicked out of church, I quit drinking altogether. So I was completely sober. This is probably 6-7 months into the thing. I told y'all at the church, guys, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing any drugs. I'm completely sober. I said, fuck it, I'm done with it. And you're talking about me, bitch? I'm completely sober. Completely. Okay. Y'all let y'all's rich, okay, y'all's broke asses can do whatever y'all want with this church. Fuck it. Fuck it all. I'm not praying that this place burns to the ground, but I'm like, it's going to, though. Y'all are fronting. Y'all niggas acting like y'all got money. Y'all acting like people in this place are saints. And a person drinking, now you got rid of the problem. Bullshit. Everybody didn't even agree with that decision. It was just two of the other pastors. The other two pastors just felt like I was just too much of a problem. But the other pastors outside of them, they were cool with me. They had no problem about the drink thing. Like, oh, come on. Golly, for real? They kicked me away anyway. Cool. And replaced me with somebody before that? Fuck out of here, man. And that was the next pillar to fall, guys. That is the next pillars to fall. This thing is standing on just one leg and it's falling completely over at this point. Because once that got found out, that I found that out, it spread like wildfire, boys. I didn't have to say a damn word. It got found out that what she was doing. So she, just like the rest of us, disappears in the wind. Right? There goes me. There goes my other boy, which we'll tell his story time later. He has a very important part in this whole story. But I can't tell his whole story because then I'll tell everybody's story. So I'm going to tell his separately. But my boy, we're going to call him Red. So my boy, Red, the one who came out the closet gay, he's in the wind. His cousin, who is another kind of a key piece of the story, he's in the wind. My boy, he's in the wind. Me, I'm in the wind. And then Paige, she's in the wind. And we lost a couple other people. They ain't important though. All of us were the main pillar of that church as far as the youth group went. And as far as the worship group went and all that. Because we were all together, right? We did everything together. A lot of things together. Me and Red were the heads of that. There were the youth leaders, and there was me and Red. And once me and Red dissipated, it all crumbled from there. People didn't agree with me getting kicked out. People did not agree with that. In fact, it led to my worship pastor leaving, which is going to be in the next story, right? But it led to him leaving. After what he saw happen to me, he immediately thought, I'm out of here. I can see the writing on the wall. These boys are crazy. But I'm just going to say this here before we go into the next story. So if I say anything, you'll know. He passed away. Right? That man who left, who had my back, he passed away, had a heart attack, never the same. Passed away in his sleep. So, he's gone now. So I hope I do him justice by telling his story in the next one, which is why the church fell. Thank you guys for coming. See you in the next one. Peace.